Hello and welcome to the Riv Readers podcast, hosted by Regina Library at Rivier University. I'm Katie McFarland, your research and instruction librarian. First, some housekeeping. Our first online book discussion of the semester is up, so join us on Canvas by searching Riv Reads Book Club. We're also planning our next in-person book club meeting on February 24th. We'll have snacks, drinks, time for silent reading, and then discussion from 4 to 5 p.m. in the upstairs open study area. We hope you can join us. Now on to the podcast. This episode we're talking with Rivier's Director of Academic Advising, Kerrie Dahl.
So hi, Kerrie. Thank you so much for joining me today. First off, could you tell us a little bit about you and what you do at Riv?
Yeah, and thanks so much for inviting me, Katie. I really appreciate it. So my name is Kerrie Dahl. I am the Director of Academic Advising here at Riv. I've been here almost 13 years now, and I oversee an amazing team of academic advisors, and we are here to support our undergraduate students. And we start working with them before they even get here at orientation the summer before they start, and we work with them right up through graduation.
That's awesome. So getting a little bit into reading, on a given day, what will we find you reading?
I am like all over the place with what I like. I love mixing it up a little bit. I don't like stick with necessarily like one genre at a time. My current go-tos are, I'm kind of into psychological thrillers, and I also really love historical fiction.
Nice. So what are like some of the authors that you read within those genres?
Oh God, the psychological thrillers. I love Ruth Ware, B.A. Paris, McFadden. I can't think of her
Freida.
first name. Yes. And I like Kristin Hanna's historical fictions.
Oh, those are so popular. I know that like they're always getting checked out of the library and always on hold and everything. Same with that Freida McFadden. Like I always see her name on like the bestseller list.
Yeah, her books are like whodunits, right? Like it's like a story and there's always like a big twist at the end. It always keeps you like guessing and thinking and trying to figure out. So I do very much enjoy those.
Yeah, those are really fun. And I know Ruth Ware, I've been meaning to read her book One by One.
Oh,
I think it's
so
called,
good.
because it's like a winter setting, and every year I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like read this in the winter, and then I just don't get to it. So I'm hoping this could be the year.
Yeah, I love all of her books, but that one in particular is very good.
Yeah, one of our library staff, Tina, she works in the evenings, so I don't know if you cross paths with her, but she is a big Ruth Ware fan as well, so she always recommends her. Well, my next question was, if you could read one book again for the first time, which would it be and why?
So I think the book that I'm most obsessed with right now would be Kristin Hanna's The Women.
Oh, yeah.
Have you read that?
I haven't. I just read a little bit of like the plot synopsis.
I love books that really make me think and reflect, and I know they're fiction, they're not necessarily true, but you learn about something that you had no idea about. So I have read that book within the last like year and a half. It's one of the books that I would like to read again because it's just such an interesting storyline and a story that we had no idea about. I had no idea about until I read it.
Yeah, because it's about like the female soldiers during like the Vietnam War, right?
Yeah, so it's about the women that went to Vietnam as nurses, and it was like how they were treated over there. And then when they got home, they weren't necessarily coded as veterans, so they did not receive the same benefits that soldiers received, but yet they really went through very similar experiences. So it was just really, really interesting and so well written.
Yeah, like unwrapping all the like PTSD and
exactly
a whole thing. Yeah, and obviously like the fact that it's stuck with you and like you're still thinking about it, like I think that's a pretty good sign of a good book.
And I'm telling all my reading friends that they have to read it. So one of my coworkers is currently reading it and she is hooked as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, have you read her other books as well? Because she has a few, right?
Yes, she
Yeah.
has a lot of great books. The Nightingale is a very popular book that she wrote, but they're just interesting. Like they're historical fiction, but they're still based on, real events that have happened. So I really do love her books.
That's awesome. I gotta check her out. I used to read a lot of historical fiction. I kind of got out of it, but it would be fun to get back into.
And I love the fact that the library carries so many of these books.
We really do try, yeah, to get like some of the more popular titles, just so our students and faculty can have fun things to read in addition to the things that they're reading for work or for classes.
Yeah, I,
Yeah.
I love it. And I love when you guys put out your like staff picks books because I always love a good
Oh, yes.
recommendation.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun with that. Well, my next question was, do you have a go-to book when you need comfort or a mood boost?
I not really. Like I don't use reading as my mood boost. I have other things in my life that I
Sure.
do when I need that, but reading is probably not something that I use for that. My go-to
Sure.
mood boost
Um,
is a good walk or something like that.
that's great. Even in the colder months, do you still get
Yes.
out?
Yes, I have a 2-year-old dog at home, so
Awesome.
he requires daily walks. So we bundle up and get out and walk.
That's awesome. Oh, good for you. I wish I could do that. I always intend to get out, like, even in the colder I'm like, "I'll just bundle up," and then no, doesn't happen.
It takes a commitment for
Um,
sure.
yeah, and I think a lot of people, like, having a dog is that motivation. They're like, "Well, gotta get the dog out, gotta get the dog to walk."
Exactly. I've definitely increased my steps since having him.
Oh, what kinda dog is it?
He's a rescue. He is a black lab mix. We've never had him like people get
Oh,
DNA tests, but he's very, very
sure.
sweet dog who loves to walk.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, my last question was, do you have a current reading goal, like for the year or kind of like a theme or, something that you want to pursue?
I am definitely someone that reads more in the summer. Like my favorite thing to do in the summer is
Mm,
to either sit on my deck or go to the beach and read a book. So I definitely read more in the summer. And my daughter has like these crazy reading goals of like 50 books for the year. But as more of a
yep.
realist, like my current goal is I would like to read one book a month for the year.
Oh, that's great. And then you can really take your time with it and kind of like let it sink in and not rush through.
Exactly. I'm not a fast reader, which is why I like checking books out at the library because you get a little bit longer time. And I do
Yes.
like to take my time and read. And I might exceed that 12, but I like to set a realistic goal for myself.
Yeah, better to exceed it than, to feel like you're on a crunch and having to cram in more books that you don't necessarily want to read.
Exactly. And I'm really looking forward to warm weather and sitting outside and reading books, hopefully in the next few months.
That sounds lovely. Yes. Well, that was all I had for questions. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about in terms of reading or books?
No, I am a very big fan of the Regina Library. I think for a lot of our students, using the library is a change for them because I don't think in high schools they're using libraries as much. And I try to do my part in, really promoting the library and getting students over there and hoping that students find the love of reading like we all have found because it does I find reading to be my escape, right? You read and you get yourself immersed in the book and I know, like, for me and my husband, we both love to read and we've instilled a love in reading. And it's so awesome now that our adult children are calling us for book recommendations and sharing books that they read. So I hope that our students
Yeah,
learn to have the love of reading that you and I share.
absolutely. Oh, that's a really good goal for them. And I know it's tough during college, when you feel like you don't have any time to read, but we always try to encourage people, like grab a book for winter break or spring break or over the summer. And like you said, to have a longer checkout period than the public libraries.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Well, thanks so much for joining us. I really appreciate you taking the time
Yeah, thanks for
to
including me,
chat.
Katie. I really appreciate it.
If you'd like to follow us on social media, we are at Regina Library on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. You can always reach us through our website as well at rivier.edu/library. It's been great having you here, and we'll see you again soon.